Welcome to Raaonline. Today's topic of discussion is going to be on solitary pulmonary nodule. This topic of discussion is very important pertaining to any lesions in the lung parenchyma. So today's objective is going to be on definition, what is the need for evaluation, what are the external morphologies of a solitary pulmonary nodule, internal characteristics, imagings involved in solitary pulmonary nodule, and the diagnostic algorithms. So definition. If you could look at the picture, you can see there is a nodule. To be more specific, it is single, and even more to be specific, it is surrounded by the lung parenchyma. So the definition of the solitary pulmonary nodule is a discrete, well-marginated, rounded opacity which is less than or equal to 3 cm in diameter. It is surrounded by at least partially by the lung parenchyma. It does not touch the hilum or mediastinum and is not associated with adenopathy, atelectasis or pleural effusion. So this definition is very important to describe a solitary pulmonary nodule, because any lesions larger than 3 cm are considered masses and they are treated as malignancy until proven otherwise. You can see the diagram. The diameter is almost less than 3 cm. Here it is almost more than 3 cm. So differentiate a solitary pulmonary nodule and a mass. The diameter is very important. The cutoff is 3 cm. Now you can compare both the diagram. In diagram 1, I have shown you there are 2 nodules, whereas in diagram 2, I have shown you 1 nodules. So if at all you can look at the diagram 1, the most important feature is there are more than 1. So if at all there is more than 1 lesion, definitely as per definition, a solitary is not applied. So the word solitary means there should be only 1 nodule, and that is the reason I put this diagram to explain there should be presence of only 1 nodule to say it is a solitary pulmonary nodule. So what is the importance of knowing about the solitary pulmonary nodule? The differentiation between a benign and a malignant solitary pulmonary nodule forms the goal of imaging. This differentiation is important because the overall mortality associated with lung cancer is about 85%, and in that 85%, only 20% of the lung cancers are discovered in the form of solitary pulmonary nodule. And most important thing, this solitary pulmonary nodule is seen in about only 0.2% of the chest radiography. So this is the most important thing to know about a solitary pulmonary nodule, where even though the incidence of lung cancer is more, the incidence of lung cancer as a solitary pulmonary nodule is very less, and in that 20%, only 0.2% is picked up in a chest radiography. So basically, a solitary pulmonary nodule is divided into mainly 2 types. It can be a subsolid or it can be solid. In subsolid, it can be further divided into 2 types, that is partly solid and pure ground glass type. I'll tell you why it is divided. So this is a CT imaging comparing the 3 types of solitary pulmonary nodule based on the density. 1, it is solid, you can see a solid lesion. Number 2, you can see a partly solid nodule where you can see a solid lesion with the ground glass opacities, and where here you can see only a pure ground glass nodule. So these are the main 3 types of solitary pulmonary nodule. Why and how it is classified is based on the density. You can see the diagrammatic picture where you can see completely dense opacity, whereas here you can see a partly dense and a partly radiopaque, and where here you can see it is fully radiopaque. So based on the density, you divide the solitary pulmonary nodule into solid, partly solid and non-solid, or you can also call as complete ground glass opacities. The most important thing is solid and partly solid nodules are more likely to be cancerous, whereas and faster growing than compared to the non-solid nodules.